Guys, welcome in to another YouTube video. Today we are going to focus on Moze and her new skill tree. I am absolutely adoring Moze's new skill tree, and a lot of people are like, well, Siren, Iron Cub's not Mayhem scaled, and blah 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 blah, whatever. I don't care about Iron Cub. Iron Cub is literally just an assistant to me at this point. What I care about in this build is action skill active annoyance. And I've got a bunch of them because I had all these action skill active annoyance saved up, and I used them on my my Amara. And these are also really good on Amara for my video that I did, last video I did for my Phase Force Amara, where we use the ball, and that is super fun and awesome. And these action skill active annoyance are very good for that as well. But I've been waiting so long to be able to use action skill active annoyance on Moze. And hold on, I need some chaps. Oh, those are so chapped. It's so cold in Ohio. It's so cold. Anyways, so I am here to show you my new build that I just did with Moze, and it's all action skills active all the time. It's all about Moze's pure ability to do damage to the enemies. Iron Cub is not Mayhem scaled, so technically Iron Cub's not doing hardly any damage whatsoever. So really, Iron Cub is there to give you a damage buff and hopefully to maybe draw some fire away from you, and maybe do some elemental damage to the enemies as well. But mainly you are doing all the damage in this build. So you can really use whatever guns that you want. I'm choosing one of my favorite guns, which is the beacon. I have a ×2 beacon here with action skill active. Weapon damage is increased by 200% the whole time while action skill is active. It's not for a short time, it's the whole time. And I have to where Iron Cub is literally active for like a long time. So you get that action skill active 200% increase in damage for like, I mean, I could probably go through all of Athena's. I do go through all of Athena's with this. So I also have, now this is action skill end. Obviously, I'm using the plasma coil when I maybe need to kill enemies with shields. The boss enemies like Trant, this is good to take down a shield. The gun that I am most excited to show you guys is the Tizzy. This is one of the new arms race guns that you can only get in the arms race. I've gotten many Tizzies, and all of them have been fire except this one. This one has been cryo. And while Iron Cub is active, weapon damage is increased by 100%. So it's not an ASA annoyant like I would want, but it still is while Iron Cub is active, I'm gaining additional crazy damage. And this is a ×2, consumes 2 ammo per shot, COV weapon. It's amazing. And you're going to see why in just a second, why it's so amazing. And the reason why I'm kind of like, I like the cryo on this because I freeze the enemies and they don't move. It's great. And then I also have a Searing Depth Chaos, just in case I run out of ammo, but I won't, and I'll show you why in just a second. With Moze, most of you know, you can literally just have endless ammo and never have to reload. So, as well as our Madcap, I just got this in one of my arms race runs. This does reduce your fight for your life by 50%, but if you have your Guardian rank on and you have the skill, it's one of these. Yeah, too angry to die. So you keep restoring your meter, and usually you can get out of fight for your life pretty easily. So no worries there. But this is a 94,000 capacity, and it also has radiation resistance, which is nice. Also, on shield break, the next shot deals 100% shield capacity as bonus amp damage, which is nice. So if you do, for any reason, lose your shield, you can kill whatever is killing you. I've got the Internal Flame class mod on here. Now, the thing about the Internal Flame class mod and the reason why I'm using it, not another thing, is because whenever I ignite an enemy, I gain a 15% chance to reset my action skill. And you'll probably see through the video that I am going to essentially shoot one enemy and more than likely reset my action skill because I'm doing so much incendiary damage. So I also have a cloning maddening tracker with bonus incendiary damage on weapons for 10 seconds after I use it. So that's our on action skill end. Now, obviously, like action skill end, it doesn't happen very often with this build, but still, a cloning maddening tracker grenade is really good for Moze, especially if you're using vampire. Also have a pearl of ineffable knowledge, 54% increased magazine size, and then 18% weapon reload speed. If you don't know what the pearl does, it stacks damage and it gives you lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of damage, lots of it. So, but yeah, so that's what I'm using right now. Like I said, you can use whatever. I also have a venomous hornet that's actually skill active. It's corrosive, so depending on your what you need to do damage to, you've got options there. And I also got this new dark army action skill active. Weapon damage is decreased by 200%. I'm hoping to get a plasma coil like this soon. We shall see. But yeah, so far, yep, that's, I mean, pretty much anything Iron Cup is active or action skill active, you want to use with this build. Okay, so now we're going to go into the actual build for a little bit, hopefully really quickly. It is 4:30 in the morning. I'm super tired. You wouldn't expect it. I'm so happy all the time. Anyways, okay, so we are going to be using Iron Cub, obviously. We're going to be using my little friend, and my little friend Iron Cub spawns with an incendiary Vlad-off assault rifle in addition to Iron Cub's other weapons. So I am doing incendiary damage with my Iron Cub as well, which is awesome. I'll tell you in a second. I'm also using, in the blue tree, I'm using Vanquisher rocket pods, and I'm using target softening. The thing about target softening, usually I wouldn't use this when I'm just running Iron Bear and I'm inside Iron Bear, but where I'm not really focusing and using Iron Cup for damage, I don't really care that I'm doing negative 74% damage with Iron Cup because I want the enemy damage taken plus 15%. So when I hit the enemies with Iron Cub's Vanquisher rocket pods, I'm also going to increase the damage from all other sources. So he's actually going to be buffing the enemy so that I could do more damage to them. So that's awesome. And this really, I do know, and you're going to say, you're crazy, red survivability. Everybody's been telling me this, but honestly, I don't use red tree that often. I really, really don't. I actually don't even use it in my splash damage Moze build. And like, I don't put anything into red tree. I mainly do, I capstone green, I almost capstone purple, and then I almost go all the way down blue. So, but yeah, so we're going to start off with, obviously we're using Iron Cub. We're going to be putting 5 into biofuel, and I'm going to go through each one of these skills just to kind of explain. Whenever Moze or Iron Bear ignites an enemy, they both regenerate health for a short time. So this is important for survivability, and it keeps your Iron Bear up longer, so it's not dying and then you're out your action skill active. If it does, though, the class mod that you have will more than likely allow you to ignite an enemy and pretty much get your action skill back. Big surplus. While Moze's action skill is cooling down, she deals bonus incendiary damage. So again, with my class mod, if I ignite an enemy, I have a 15% chance to, get my action skill back. And I can tell you that anytime I've not had my action skill back and I've shot an enemy, I've gotten it back almost. I mean, every time that I can think of as I've been using this build. So that is helping you get your action skill back so you can use it again and have that excessive amount of damage. The only reason why there's a point in here is because it's from my class mod. Iron Bear gains increased damage. We don't really care about Iron Bear's or Iron Cub's damage or Iron Bear's damage because Iron Cub is not mayhem scaled. Maybe later, if they fix it to where Iron Cub is mayhem scaled, if that's something that they are going to do, then maybe we'll put some points into this and then Iron Cub can do all the damage for us. But I enjoy doing the damage myself. So. And then double time. While Moze's action skill is active, she and Iron Bear gain increased movement speed. This is important because without having anything into red tree, really, you are going to be more susceptible to dying and going and fight for your life. So being able to move fast and get away is kind of important. So I put 3 into double time. It gives me plus 12 movement speed. I did not put anything into Harmonious Havoc. Moze gains increased gun damage for each weapon, shield, and grenade that matches the element of her gun. If you plan on using all fire weapons, then wonderful, great. Or if you plan on using all of the same element, awesome. But I like to have a little bit of variety, and so for me, this wasn't that important. But to each of them, if you think that this is something that you would want to do because you're going to run all fire weapons, then go for it. Explosive Fury, Moze and Iron Bear gain increased status effect damage and status effect chance. Now this is going to be important later on down in the skill tree. We gain 27% status effect chance, and we gain 15% status effect damage. Fired up 1 point into it, obviously. Whenever Moze or Iron Bear applies a status effect to an enemy, she gains increased fire rate for a short time. This effect stacks. So again, I gain increased status effect damage and status effect chance. When I apply status effect to an enemy, I gain increased fire rate. So the more status effect, the more fire rate, the more damage. You get what I'm saying here? All right. And then I actually don't have any points into this. This is all for my class mod. I got a 1-4 class mod, which was pretty awesome. Iron Bear gains increased maximum fuel. Oh, it's called, wait, how do I say that? Nitro Trinadium? Nitro Trinadium engines. Nitro Trinadium engines. That has to be it. That can't be anything else. So Iron Bear gains increased maximum fuel and action skill cooldown rate. So obviously I want to get my Iron Bear back as fast as I possibly can after it goes away. So I can do that crazy damage again. But I'm going to gain increased maximum fuel, which allows me to have Iron Bear up for longer. So having 4 into it, I get maximum fuel 20%, action skill cooldown rate 6 plus 60%. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Iron Cub's there for you, and gonna rickroll you all the time. So whenever we're gonna put 5 into this, whenever Moze or Iron Bear applies a status effect to an enemy, Iron Bear gains fuel. This skill has diminishing returns. So again, I was telling you, this comes in handy when we need to apply status effect. So we gain increased status effect damage and chance. Well, we apply a status effect to an enemy, I gain more fuel on my Iron Cub, and it lasts longer. So my action skill active stays up longer. Fuel return is like up to 25%, so that's pretty good. So I do put 1 more point into the purple tree for right now, because we don't really need Iron Bear to do a whole lot of damage, or Iron Cub to do a whole lot of damage. So superior firepower. Whenever Moze or Iron Bear inflicts a status effect on an enemy, they gain increased status effect damage. So once again, I'm applying status effects. I'm like a Siren Moze. I'm applying status effects to everything. So I'm using, my guns are all have status effect chance, and so I'm gaining that status effect damage and chance, and doing more damage and more chance. So it gets real crazy, and you'll see. These, like I was saying earlier, I did build something prior to this that had points into these. But when I realized, obviously, that Iron Cub is not AM scaled, there was no point for me. So Limit Break, Moze, and I get my action skill back so quickly, I don't need any points into this. But Moze gains increased action skill cooldown rate whenever she or Iron Bear inflicts a status effect on an enemy. This effect stacks. So I pretty much will, if you want to put more points in here and not use that class mod, you can put points in here and not use that class mod, and pretty much get your action skill back all the time. It's pretty good. Iron Bear gains increased damage and damage resistance, feature creep. And like I said, again, we don't need that Iron Cub or Iron Bear to have increased damage or damage resistance, because we are doing all the damage with our guns. And then the capstone on here is running on fumes. Whenever Moze or Iron Bear ignites an enemy, Iron Bear does not consume fuel for a short time. So I did have this one capstone at one point, but then, like I said, I needed to have ammo regeneration. So that's why I took points out of here and put them into my green, so I could capstone my green tree. And speaking of green tree, we're going to go ahead and move right on over there. And like I said, don't forget, Iron Cub is obviously our action skill. We have my little friend, And then we go over to our green tree. So I have 5 in a cloud of blood. Occasionally, Moze and Iron Bear shots will deal additional incendiary damage and won't consume ammo. So I'm not consuming ammo, possibly. I'm doing more incendiary damage. If I ignite enemies and get status effect damage, I'm just, it goes hand in hand, as you saw from the purple tree. Increase Moze and Iron Bear's incendiary damage, stoke the embers. So again, I'm getting more incendiary damage. I need to ignite enemies. After Moze scores a critical hit, she regenerates ammo and health. Most people know this skill tree pretty well. Retribution, pretty much you score a critical hit, you regenerate ammo and health, which is nice. So this is really good for, so I think the green tree is honestly really good for survivability too, because if you can score critical hits, then you regenerate ammo and health, which is nice. It's not a huge amount of health regeneration, but it's some, and it helps. We've got Scrappy. While moving, Moze's weapon damage, Moze's weapon damage handling, weapon swap, and mode switch are increased. So this is nice. You get a little bit more weapon damage. Not that you need it, but there's more there. Moze can rush in offensive. Moze can sprint and shoot at the same time. We all know that Moze can do this in the skill tree. I gain, while sprinting, Moze weapons gain lifesteal, which is pretty cool too. So again, survivability there. Scorching RPMs, I gain increased fire rate, critical hit damage. Iron Bear gains increased hardpoint damage. We don't really need the increased hardpoint damage with Iron Bear, but it's there. Thanks. So really what you want to focus on is your fire rate and critical hit damage. We're going to max out the Iron Bank because we want the most in our magazine size, so we're not running out of ammo and we're not having to reload. With COV weapons though, and my Malon weapons, I kind of have to reload because they shoot so fast. We are going with Click Click. Moze gains increased gun damage as her magazine empties. The less ammo there is remaining, the greater the increase. So this is good. So just in case you do start running out of ammo on those COV or Malon weapons, then you've got more damage that you're going to be doing. And then Forge. So this is why I took points out of the purple tree to put into the green tree. I was running out of ammo because I did not have this capstone. So I went ahead and put in capstone green so that I am constantly regenerating ammo for whatever I currently have equipped. And you'll see me here in a little bit. If I do start running low on like ammo, where I get like down to like 500 on my gun, I'll stop shooting and just start throwing grenades to get some health back and stuff like that. So, okay, like I said, no red tree. I know you're gonna think I'm crazy. It's fine. You can think I'm crazy. All right, blue tree. So blue tree is where we're going to be equipping in our Q slot, our Vanquisher rocket pods, and also our target softening, so we can get that damage buff whenever Iron Bear shoots the enemies. So obviously we're going to put 5 into fire in the Skag Den. Splash damage and incendiary damage. Great time. We've got Grizzled for action skill cooldown time. Killing an enemy reduces Moze's remaining action skill cooldown time. This skill has been diminishing returns. So really, honestly, we didn't really need any in here, but I did need it. I need to put something in there to get down to Vampire. You could put it into whatever you want. You could put it into Deadliness if you want. You could put it into Torg Cross Promotion. I tend to steer clear of Torg Cross Promotion because you tend to kill yourself with this skill. So if you want to kill yourself, then go right ahead. But I usually just steer clear of that. I mean, you could, like I said, if you wanted to drain even less fuel, then you could totally go with Deadliness and put 2 from here to here. Up to you. We are going to go with Means of Destruction. Whenever I deal splash damage, there's a chance to add ammo to my currently equipped weapons magazine with a smaller chance to return a grenade. So, return the grenade is nice. Really nice. She never runs out of grenades. You just keep throwing them. It's great. Stainless Steel Bear. Iron Bear gains an additional armor, increased maximum fuel, and increased damage. Again, we don't care about the damage right now, but we care about the maximum fuel. We want her to stay up as long as we possibly can. Him, her, her. Pull the Holy Pin. Moze's grenades have a chance to score a critical hit. And remember, if we score a critical hit, we gain health regen. So hopefully our CMT grenade does critical damage. And then last but not least, Vampire. was only able to put one into Vampire to get down to it and put one into it. One is probably good enough, especially with how much damage you are doing with a CMT grenade. Whenever most damage is an enemy with a thrown grenade or Iron Bear deals area damage for every enemy hit, she restores a portion of their missing health. Iron Bear receives half this bonus. So also you've got Iron Bear also doing, you know, area effect damage. It's possible that you're going to get health regen as well. And it's a percentage of the missing health that you have. So all right, so that's it. You can obviously pause on each of these if you need to. The Borderlands 3 zone does not have updated skill trees yet. They don't have the purple skill tree on there, or else I would link a build there. But pause if you need to, and apply points as needed. And like I said, we are using the Eternal Flame class mod. I don't have the best one like perks on it right now, but this is really good right here for the +4 that we're getting for the fuel. I would like to have, I mean, the weapon damage is great. We are wanting to do as much weapon damage as we possibly can, so having that extra 32% weapon damage is good. Not a big fan of the Hyperion or the doll, because obviously I'm using COV Malawan. I am using one doll, but that's it. I'm not using it often. So and then, like I said, I'm trying out the Madcap. I used this earlier, and it seemed to be really. I think I went and fight for my life. Maybe like I don't even know if I went and fight for my life at all, because it's got 94,000 capacity. So yeah, so that's everything we got. Eternal Flame, Plenty Mounting Tracker. These the most notorious hard to find grenade in the game. Pearl, you get this from DLC 2. It's a story mission reward. This is from Arms Race, Arms Race, Arms Race, Arms Race. DLC 3, and this is just a regular vanilla gun. Pretty sure it's a vanilla gun. And this is just something you find in vending machines. So farm vending machines a lot. All right, so let's test this out and give it a run. So we will start with the Tizzy since it is the newest. Like I said, this is a cryo Tizzy. We are still doing that incendiary damage though for like getting that all those perks and everything. So like I said, always look in your machines. You never know when you can find some decent stuff. Not bad. It ain't bad. And stop cap. Alright, so get to our enemies, and then we will kick some butt. Turns the people into ice cubes. And into a box. The mailbox. Blue gun. Alright, guys. You guys ready for this? Disappears. 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 So the Tizzy has a thing where it fires like super fast. It does have a glitch, sadly, that can cause it to not fire properly, and you would have to switch off of it. So if that does happen, you would have to switch off of it, and you would lose your action skill active perk. Hopefully they address that in one of the patches. So soon, hopefully. Hey, I heard legendary. As you can see, I'm literally just freezing enemies. They are dying super fast. As you can see, I've hardly even used any fuel. I'm gaining so much fuel back from this build. Oh, where are you? Where are you at? I don't even have to hit like crits or anything. As you can see, I do have to reload. This gun shoots so fast. Reloading is kind of necessary, but it reloads pretty fast. And I just killed a frostbite heavy with a cryo gun, so that just shows you how much damage I am doing. All right. Oh, is there one more person? And there we go. Let's see what legendary we got over here. Hey, a Lyuda. I wish the Lyuda was better. Sad about it. And usually I can make it to the next area here without even losing my Iron Bear. Iron Cub. I can't. call it the right thing ever. Like all day I've been calling it Iron Bear instead of Iron Cub. All day. All freaking day. Alright. And a lot of times, sadly, Iron Cub stays up on this. I think my Iron Cub got lost. Well, it's fine, because you know what? Iron Cub is still active, so it's fine. We're still getting the action skill active. Oh, nope, there it is. It's just standing there. I think Iron Cub is actually has the same problem with stairs that Claptrap does. It just doesn't want to come down the stairs or can't do stairs. I'm not really 100% sure. But here in a second, once the Iron Cub goes away, you will notice and see the how much. Oh, you jumped up here, bud. Awesome. Look at him. Look how fast he goes. Look how cute he is.
You kidding me, Cub?
Yeah, so it's dead, but as you can see, I immediately got it back because of the incendiary damage that I'm doing. Like, immediately got it back. Immediately. And as you can see, like, I'm still, like, still have all of my ammo. All my ammo's still there. I haven't pretty much used hardly any of it.
What up?
Oh, there's more. Oh, hello. So I think the Tizzy might be my new favorite to use on Moze. It's pretty crazy. Hey, where's this Nog at? Is he like right in front of my face? And oh, there he is. I was like, what the heck? You can see, Nogs don't stand a chance. Heavyweights don't stand a chance. Nobody stands a chance. And as you can see, like, I'm not going and fight for my life. I'm not having issues with survivability, sustainability. So, I mean, my skill or my shield is breaking sometimes, but with the health regen that I'm getting, and then of course I killed everything, we're totally fine. And we'll move on to the next area. Like I said, you can use whatever weapons you want. I also use the beacon, and the beacon does extreme amounts of damage. It fires super fast. Not as fast as the Tizzy, but it definitely fires pretty fast. So.
Can't stop the body drop.
Imagine if I had an ASA annoyed on this, it'd be even more stupid, crazy. You know, I know there's some guns you just can't get certain annoyance on, but or it's just harder to get them. So as for right now, this one is good. I'm going to let Iron Bear heal down. As you can see, my screen is shaking. Iron Cub is so tiny that it's shaking my screen.
Baby bear's going bye-bye.
Of course, Moze has her nice, awesome lines that she says for Iron Cub as well. Luckily we have an ammo cache up here. We don't really need it, but we'll go ahead and fill it back up on ammo. As you can see, I'm already going back up to almost 900, and 1200 is the max. So, but we'll just go ahead and fill it back up just in case. So I'm gonna actually use the beacon. So show you, it can be done with any weapon. You don't have to have the Tizzy. You can have the beacon. You can have really any weapon you want.
It is on!
And pretty much it doesn't matter what element I'm using. I literally just destroy their shields.
Check out that body count!
Alright, those guys are dead. And like I said, if you want to, you can throw some grenades if you're feeling froggy. You're having to, if you wanna change it up a little bit, getting tired of shooting guns, there's some grenades. Just don't kill yourself. Oh, I was gonna say, where's this guy at? Hello? Hi! Stop playing hide and seek with me.
Here they come. Hell yeah! Let's get it over with.
I do like the tizzy though. It's super accurate. It's super on point, and it freezes them, so it pretty much keeps them in one place. So you don't have to worry about them moving around on you.
Guess they couldn't hack.
Oh, okay. So he meleeed me. Not a nice man.
Yeah.
Not a nice man at all. That one meleeed me too. That's not very nice. Nobody's being nice to me today.
Hungry bear.
So keep your distance. Don't let them melee you.
I'm on a freaking roll.
Oh, hello, bud. And he dead too. Okay. Wait. Is he still? Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. So as you can see, Iron Cob is almost gone again. We'll let it cool down. I like the tizzy a lot. We'll probably stay with this because this has the most damage for Trant. I like using this against Trant. So, but as you can see, I'm gonna immediately I get my Iron Barrier back, even though I had a bit of a cooldown left. It was because I was doing that incendiary damage to the enemies. I immediately got it back. Tell me what you guys think about this build. Do you like it? Do you think that this is fun? What guns would you like to use with your build? What guns do you have that you think that would work really well with this? Do you think that this is going to be usable when it comes to boss fighting? I mean, I think it does. I am sitting here getting ready to go kill Trant. Because I don't want to switch off of this gun. I do not want to switch off of this gun because I will lose my action skill active. So we're gonna use our cloning and mounting tracker grenades on him to hopefully take some of his health down. Come on, Iron Cub, get your booty over here. As you can see, we're doing decent damage even though we're not switching off. So. Yeah, I think Iron Cub has an issue, like, actually, like, coming out from, like, an opening. I don't know why, I'm not sure. But yeah, if I don't say I don't have, normally, because I did use my action skill before Trant, and I would have to wait for the fuel to go away. I didn't want to do that, so I just decided to leave on my, obviously, but normally I would have used my plasma coil with the shock to take down his shield, and then I would have switched to the gun I wanted to kill him with and then use my action skill. I just didn't feel like switching and then losing my ASA, so, because if you do switch, you lose your ASA. Hey, look what we got. It's an auto bear active though. And how long is auto bear active? Like 2 seconds? Sad. We got a Ripper. Nice. What's up here? Moxie's boobies. Alright. Well, guys. What did you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. Comics? Wow. Tell me in the comments below what you guys thought of the builds. What maybe you would do differently. Hey. I'm gonna take this. Thank you. Man, we are just getting so lucky tonight with the action skill active annoyance. It's awesome. But yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me what you thought about the build, what you do differently skill points wise, what you do differently maybe what you do differently with maybe your guns, your shield, your grenade, your you know, your class mod. Tell me what you think. Tell me your thoughts. I would very much like to know. I always go live on Twitch. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. You can find me at twitch.tv/Mystique Siren. And Twitter. I always post when I go live on Twitter as well. It's Mystique Siren on Twitter, Mystique Siren on Instagram, and it's Mystique Siren on YouTube. Obviously, you're here watching, so you know that already. But if you like the video, please like, comment, obey. No, subscribe. That's the word I was looking for. Subscribe. So if you enjoyed, please do so, and I will see you guys in the next. Bye.